I wondered if you could sort of briefly describe, what is the expectation for biomarker research in fetal alcohol spectrum disorder research?
Probably someone who's not familiar with the field is going to say, well, that's a strange thing to be asking, because if the mother drank during pregnancy, surely she knows. Why don't you just ask her? That itself is a loaded question, because there are consequences to a known or a positive history of prenatal alcohol exposure that may be social, legal, health-related. So there is a great deal of denial about drinking during pregnancy. The vast majority of kids who have prenatal alcohol exposure don't exhibit any overt physical signs. They're going to have brain injury, but that's hidden. So it's very much a hidden disability that we need to be able to identify, and that's where biomarkers come in. Early identification and early intervention in children affected by prenatal alcohol exposure is a protective factor.
Are you discussing with other researchers issues about, what's the potential negative of labeling versus, the opportunities that are gained by being able to, offer that diagnosis?
Every time that there's a child who's exposed to alcohol, that child is one of two individuals who should be recognized and who are deserving of treatment. We don't assign blame to the child. But we do to the mother, and that attitude is one of many of the barriers to pregnant women being willing to have the conversation about drinking during pregnancy.
So for the child, it means obviously a lot, and then as you say, that balancing comes into play when we consider that it also has ramifications for the mother, and those ramifications also downstream impact the child.
If there was a decision to implement a biomarker program for prenatal alcohol exposure, whether it was targeted to specific individuals or on a population basis, there has to be a parallel discussion on what kind of support would be made available for that population or those individuals for a positive report.
Great. I want to thank you for joining me.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks.